Welcome back to Corsace Closed 2021, bringing you the, albeit late, conclusion to the semifinals on this Wednesday. We have I'm a Fancy Lad versus Nissan in the winner's bracket. This match was delayed quite a bit from last weekend. Fancy hanging out with the boys in SoCal, therefore could not play during the weekend, but we are now getting the match during the weekend, or during the week instead, rather. And this should be interesting. Fancy, well known as a well-rounded tournament player. Nissan, extraordinary at hidden and double time, but can do pretty much anything, as seen by his qualifier standing, number 5 overall. Should be a very close match. Just waiting on the players to get into the lobby for now. I mean, this is bound to happen if you have matches on Wednesdays. Players are just not ready.
I got you.
They are unaware, as a matter of fact. Should hopefully not take too long for them to start getting into the lobby here, though. I am not sure how long I can stall for time. Oh, we got something in the chat. We got the ref saying, hey. And by what's going on in chat, I am assuming Nissan has joined the lobby, at least. So we got one of the two players. Just waiting on Fancy, and we can get this match started. Once again, this is a semifinals match. Finals map pool is out, but finals weekend is this coming weekend. And this is a leftover match from semis that was not played last weekend. It's being played now. Whoever wins this will be facing Flying Tuna in the winner's bracket finals, and whoever loses this will be first facing Taquito in the loser's bracket finals. So regardless of the outcome, both players will be staying in the tournament for now. And both players are now in the lobby, so we can get the rolls underway and determine the ban pick order. Nissan going to be winning, which means Nissan gets first ban. Probably expect to see tech map bans or maybe some hard rock bans from Nissan here. Those are arguably what he's least comfortable at. And that is not surprising. There's the tech map gone. Goodbye. There's no mod tech in the pool now. Hidden 3 going to be Fancy's ban to follow up. That is the speed-oriented hidden map. Also, not too surprising. That combines two of Nissan's best skill sets. Nissan banning the alt map No Mod 4. Not terribly surprising, I suppose. Fancy is also kind of a beast at alternating. He plays alt maps. He thoroughly enjoys them. And I am assuming we'll probably see a final... Oh no, hidden one ban actually from Fancy, so... Keeping double time open for the most part. Or not for the most part, keeping double time open and instead just banning out hidden. Hidden 2 is still left, which is the low AR hidden, but hidden 1, the generic aim, it's going to be banned out, and Fancy going to be capitalizing off Nissan not banning Hard Rock 3, and going to be picking into Hard Rock 3. This is the Hard Rock tech map. And this should be interesting. Nissan not particularly comfortable on Hard Rock or tech maps. So combining the two should be somewhat of a challenge, to say the least. So we get into the map. This map has a lot of weird rhythms, fast sliders, a lot of, I believe, cut streams as well in this. Just in general, pretty hard to act and combo properly. It never really lets up on that either. There's not really any free combo that you can get in this map. Aside from the beginning, I suppose, but... Both players hitting the first zigzag, but this is where the map starts really picking up with fast sliders now. So far, Fancy Lad going to be coming out on top. Does drop the combo, but has a pretty decent accuracy advantage over Nissan, who has recovered somewhat nicely with the combo. He's going to be missing on the doubles, though, bringing combo advantage back to Fancy. And with those further misses, Fancy still holding his combo. Both going to be dropping on the doubles. This map is quite hard, as a matter of fact. If you could believe it. But Fancy is going to be most likely taking this point. Only a third of the map remaining, already up 100k points, pretty much from accuracy alone, as well as a more consistent combo. I think that's all said and done for this map pick. It's going to be around 200k in favor of Fancy on that map pick. Quite a dominating showing from him, actually. 94% 9 miss, not bad. But that is somewhat to be expected. Nissan not really particularly a fan of those types of maps. Nissan's going to be following up with No Mod 1. Generic. We love AIM. We love the No Mod 1 alert spam in chat. And we're just going to get right into it, too. There are a couple of high BPM bursts in this map, but nothing too crazy. It's mostly focused on the overall weird angle aim and just overall aim consistency component. As you would expect from a No Mod 1. No Mod 1s in tournaments being infamous for their aim. However, it is also very easy to just completely collapse on an Omod 1 as well. As we're seeing right now, Fancy with the first miss on the beginning jump. Granted, the accuracy... the Nissan slider breaks! What? What? Okay. We're not even at the hard part of the map yet, and both players don't have combo. And accuracies are below 98%. Huh. Okay. Well, things will stay relatively even for now. Fancy has AC and slight combo advantage, so he will be remaining in the lead for now. Both players recovering nicely. Just getting those early map shakes out of the way, I suppose. So we get into the wide-angle jump patterns now in the chorus here. Both players hitting that brutal jump there. And both players recovering really nicely on this pick after that. After the shaky beginning from both of them, really. Nissan going to be dropping hundreds on that stream, but he was already behind in accuracy, so not going to make too much of a difference. There's one particular... There are more jump patterns later on in the map that will probably determine the map, depending on who misses them. Like this one right here. No one misses that. Okay. Both these players refuse to give up. They're in it for the long haul. And now this is going to get interesting. The AC advantage is mostly what's keeping Fancy in the lead right now, but that can easily change if he misses. And he does! He slider breaks! And now Nissan with the combo advantage is going to be coming back on this. But Nissan breaks immediately after on the jumps! It's not entirely over just yet, though. The ending is still very brutal on this. 20k points for difference. It's going to take another miss from Fancy real soon for Nissan to come back in this, and that slider break from Nissan is not going to help things much at all here. Fancy does slider break in return. Only 30k point difference. Is there enough map? The ending is absolutely brutal, so if Fancy collapses on the ending and Nissan hits it, it is possible. But does not seem like it's happening. Yeah, I don't think it's happening. As we have the tournament clienting again. But I'm pretty sure that would have not happened regardless. Fancy Lad in the lead by about 20k points. The ending jumps are easily the hardest part of the map, but I don't think that would have made a difference regardless. And oh my god, they just got right into the next pick, so we couldn't even determine. I think Fancy did win that, I'm assuming. So DT3 now, we're going to be getting into that. This is the somewhat tech and alt-oriented. Oh my god, they are not giving us a break here. Hold on. Slow down. Gabo, we cannot see the gameplay. There we go. This is the AR9DT alt-oriented focused map. Seems like Fancy much more comfortable on this than Nissan. Nissan struggling at an 85% early in the map. Fancy led with, I believe, an FC, 97 almost from him. This map is not easy to ag, by the way. This is almost entirely swing rhythm, so almost SSing these slider patterns is actually insane. What? He's going to drop a lot of accuracy on that burst, but that was kind of cracked. Let's go. Let's go, Fancy. Yeah, I don't think there's any real chance for Nissan to come back on this map pick already. The accuracy advantage is way too insurmountable, as well as the combo that Fancy had early on in the map. Pretty much all said and done already. 200k point lead, a third of the map remaining. Will be Fancy taking his third point, supposedly. We don't know if Nissan won his own pick or not. We have gotten confirmation that he didn't, so it will be Fancy going 3-0. This is just absolutely insane accuracy from him, too. 96% score V2 on this map. What? What in the world is this? That is just an absolutely dominating performance from Fancy on that. Completely crushing Nissan. Like, he didn't even stand a chance. That is an absolutely insane score from Fancy. And of course he wanted to FC that. Okay. Sure. Sure, Fancy. Gonna FC a map that has no double time FCs on the leaderboard. I think that makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna be following up with DT2. This is the speed map in the double time pool. Got a lot of 270 BPM bursts. Fancy not well known for speed, but has been training up his speed slowly but surely. He's gotten scores like an Image Material FC recently. So he's definitely not uncomfortable at speed. It's just not one of his strong points. But Nissan, well known for speed. We'll see what happens. We're not getting into the map quite yet because I believe Fancy is having issues with his internet currently. Colorado coming in swinging. We love the state of Colorado, where weed is legal, much like it is in half of the states now in the United States. It's either Bancho problems or internet problems with Fancy. Hopefully get those resolved soon so we can continue the match. Going to be waiting a bit for him to get back into the lobby. Oh, that's not good. Apparently Fancy cannot even connect to Bancho. This might be problematic. We might have a slight problem on our hands. Okay, I believe Fancy is going to be trying to restart his computer, see if that fixes it. So he said it'll be around 2 minutes. I highly doubt it's 2 minutes exactly, but probably be about 5 minutes until he comes back. And hopefully, if everything goes properly and actually works properly, we should be seeing the 4th map. In the meantime, you get to listen to this soft little music in the background. Hello, Doomsday. Thank you for the raid. We are currently waiting. Hope you had a good stream, though, Doomsday. And yeah, we have a match on Wednesday because Fancy was busy over the weekend. So we had to schedule this to Wednesday. And we had some tournament client issues within the first 2 maps. And now Fancy's PC is dead. It's overall pretty solid. Bancho working as intended, I'm sure. Fancy has now turned on his PC. He is online. Hopefully ready to game. Hopefully can connect to the game. Possibly. There is a slight chance. This is a winner's bracket semifinals match. Finals weekend happens next weekend, so in a couple days from now. This is the final match of the semifinals that we just have to finish up here so we can get the schedules finalized for finals weekend. Me subbing in would probably not be a good idea because I would 100% lose this pick. Fancy would at least maybe have a chance. Yeah, Fiery Rage on anything above 200 BPM. That's pretty funny. Okay, yeah, we might have to delay the match. Nissan has already agreed to delaying if he so needs it, because Fancy is currently struggling very hard trying to get this to work. Colorado internet is not having a fun time right now. This does not mean that Nissan wins. This will be a delay until Fancy's internet exists again. And then it will be left off at DT2. It seems like we'll be delaying until 23 UTC, so next 30 minutes we'll be continuing the match, hopefully, if Fancy's internet provides actual service. But until then, we'll have to be waiting. We'll have to wait. Just waiting for Fancy to confirm whether or not 23 UTC will be fine for him. I would wager that it probably does. Probably works for him just nicely. But until then, we're gonna be going offline since, well, we don't really have anything else to stream. Kind of a series of unfortunate events, but what can you do? Sometimes Colorado just decides to exist. And that just kind of sucks. And no, this will not be a full reset, as stated in chat. This will be... We'll be continuing from the scoreline, 3-0 to Fancy, same bands, same picks, and Double Time 2 will be immediately started once we come back. Huge plays coming from Colorado, the state of Colorado. Absolutely massive. Alright, well, you'll be going now. If everything is good, hopefully we should be back at 23 UTC. However, we can be there earlier, so keep the tab open. Keep paying attention. We will go live immediately when Fancy and Nissan are both ready. Thank you guys for tuning in to the beginning of the match, however. Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind. Fancy's internet has existed. Breaking news, breaking news, Colorado exists again. Breaking news. Absolutely shocking development. Colorado is now part of the United States. Sorry for that delay. Sometimes I don't even know what internet providers there are in Colorado, but sometimes it happens. He is back in the lobby. He's ready to play the game. And this is going to be interesting seeing... It's going to be quite interesting seeing both these players play a speed map immediately after not playing for a while. We should hopefully get into this map fairly soon. Look, have fun's coming out. We'll be getting into the fourth map of the match. Nissan's second pick on Double Time 2. A 270 BPM burst and speed map. This map just does not relent with how many bursts it has. It just goes right into it, and then it just kind of never stops. So far, massive accuracy advantage for Fancy Lad on these early bursts. He's going to be dropping a bit of it there near the end of that, but still fairly comfortable AC advantage for him going into the first third of the map. And neither player are going to be missing on the jumps. Or the 1/3 section, for that matter, as we go back into the burst now. Both players still holding their FCs. 2/3 of the way through the map. Fancy Lad with the better accuracy. As we get into a longer burst. Now Fancy is going to be dropping. Nissan still holding on. And Nissan's going to be taking the lead, but immediately losing it from a slider break. Okay, this is a problem. Fancy has potential to come back here if he can keep this accuracy up. Might take another break from Nissan, however, and that is not going to happen. Nissan going to be getting his first point. 0 miss from him, 1 miss from Fancy. Both very, very good scores on that map, though. 700k or above from both players. Very neat stuff. As we get right into Nomad 6. Oh, baby. Nomad 6 is the finger control oriented map. Or, well, it's more rhythm control, I suppose. There's a lot of 1/6 bursts, a lot of 1/3 patterns, a lot of 1/4. A lot of, you will see in the map, but there is just a lot of weird rhythms all around. And it takes a bit of getting used to. If you are sight reading this map, you are not going to have a fun time. And I hope neither of these players are at this point. You can see right immediately, just weird rhythms, weird patterns, weird pretty much everything coming out of the get-go. Fancy holding through them relatively nicely. Nissan is not having a fun time right now. Quite the opposite of a fun time, actually. Yeah, quite the opposite of a fun time. Fancy nailing these sections with almost SS accuracy. Granted, it's 100s at the beginning, make it not an SS, but he is not getting that many 100s on pretty much any of these weird rhythm parts. Meanwhile, Nissan hovering barely above 80%. This pick's over. Fancy's going to be getting his 4th point. And this accuracy is kind of dumb. He's going to be dropping on that 1/3 though, and the 1/4 pattern later, but still 97%. What is going on? What? He's going to be finally missing at the tail end of this section, and also finally showing that he's human by note locking. Thank you. What is this play? That is dumb. 500k on that. With a 95%, almost 97 if he didn't note lock that entire pattern. What? That is ridiculous, to say the absolute least. We're going to be getting back into speed now. Nissan following up with No Mod 5. Fancy saying aim time. Can't entirely disagree with that, because there are aim patterns in the map. And if you are relatively comfortable at speed, this ends up being an aim map for the most part. In particular, there is a square pattern in the map that is quite funny. We'll see if both players can hit that pattern. As we get into the map here. This is Forgotten. This is 250 BPM burst. Fancy struggling at the beginning here, actually. This map isn't fairly long, so those misses and act drops are going to mean a lot. Especially when it just continues to happen. Nissan holding a 99.6 now, early on in the map, and Fancy is just not able to get a combo. Nissan will be dropping accuracy a bit. But it doesn't really matter that much with this massive combo advantage that he now has. Both players going to be hitting the first part of the map. Fancy recovering nicely, but still struggling very hard in that beginning. So while the recovery is nice, it's going to take a bit more than that. Especially when your accuracy advantage is almost 3% and combo is around 300 combo in your opponent's favor. And Nissan is just not missing. It's holding this 98.5. He's going to be missing before the square, which does give Fancy a bit of an opportunity here. Despite the accuracy advantage, Fancy now has combo. And if he maintains this combo throughout the entire map, he does have a chance at coming back from this. If Nissan misses again, that might seal it. Actually, it might just seal it regardless. Fancy's coming back real fast now. Okay, the score gap is non-existent. Fancy has come back. He is now in the driver's seat. He is not missing on the squares. Nissan missed on the squares. Oh, okay. That went to Fancy real quick. Getting over it with Bennett Foddy. Getting over what just happened with Bennett Foddy. Two misses from Nissan. Absolutely insane accuracy from him, but the combo from Fancy just going to clutch it out at the very end there. And will be match point for him as he picks into Hidden 2. That's kind of interesting. After banning the other two Hiddens against Nissan, you pick into Hidden 2. Interesting. Hidden 2 is different than the other Hiddens, so it's not terribly surprising, I suppose, but it's questionable considering you did ban the other two Hiddens in the Hidden pool. But hey, we'll see what happens, maybe. Match point for Fancy. If he wins this, he wins the match. 2-point lead for Nissan at the break. Congratulations on your 2 points. That's not going to matter, of course, because there is a lot more map. This map is not easy. I would go as far as to wager it is quite hard, as a matter of fact. Nissan is going to be dropping accuracy and combo quite massively, actually. Fancy also does drop his combo, but the accuracy advantage for him is just insane right now. 10% at the beginning of the map. He's going to be dropping it on those little streams. But Nissan drops as well. And more importantly, Nissan drops the combo and just can't really maintain the combo. Meanwhile, Fancy going to be... Okay, never mind. Fancy's going to be dropping the combo as well, but he already has a 120k point lead, and Nissan doesn't have anything to work with. That might just be said and done, to be honest. 10% accuracy difference, 1/3 of the map remaining. Almost 200k points in the lead. Not really much you can do about this. It's going to take a total collapse from Fancy Lad for Nissan to really have a chance. And Nissan just cannot hold a combo.
Dude, that's fucking creepy, yo.
Yeah, it's going to be all said and done for Nissan. Nissan going to be dropping into the losers bracket. Fancy going to be facing Flying Tuna this weekend in the winners finals. Nissan facing Taquito in the losers bracket, losers finals. GG, well played. As our final match for the semifinals weekend. Quote-unquote weekend. Heavy emphasis on the quotes. Yes, this is indeed winner's bracket. As I said, Nissan will be dropping to the losers bracket. We'll be facing Taquito on this first match for the finals weekend. And Fancy going to be facing off against Tuna, Flying Tuna in the winner's bracket finals. The finals map pool has already been released. Schedule should hopefully come shortly, since this match is now done and we are done with the semifinals weekend. And yeah, that should settle it 6-1 for Fancy. Thank you guys for coming. See you guys this weekend for the finals matchups. Should be very interesting considering the map pool. Map pool is very, very hard. And it should be interesting to see some of the best players perform on these map pools. We'll see you guys then. This has been Fire Age. Thank you for tuning in.